Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to our S&A meeting today. I call this meeting to order at 5:10 p.m. Okay. Is there a motion to approve today's agenda?
Motion to approve today's agenda.
Is there a second? Any discussion?
Nope.
Yes. Here and Nicholas, how do you vote?
In favor, aye.
Hi.
Aye. If
Oh, that's Nick.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay. All right, is there a motion to approve the meeting minutes from last meeting?
motion to approve the meeting minutes from the last meeting.
Is there a second? Any discussion? All right, all those in favor of approving last week's meeting minutes, please say aye.
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 Hi.
The ayes have it. The meeting minutes are approved. Next is reports. Just about public comment. Do I really have to?
Yep.
Okay, great. It'll be on the posted on the website. Next is advisors.
Yeah.
Anything?
No updates, excuse me, we provided the links, hopefully you all had an opportunity to look at them in hopes of, wanting to answer any questions you all have about the process, going here forward. We may not be able to answer those, but we are intending to have a conversation with Joel, the CFO, to figure out what is the process. As you all know, the board of trustees approved the budget for this year with the option for, to do base funding, submissions for the 27, 28, and 29. So it's 1 year approval, which means we would do everything we did over winter quarter again. Question is everybody resubmitting that received S&A funding, or are we just going to allow those areas that were underfunded, defunded, or reduced funding to submit again to prove to us that they have made adjustments and the S&A will not support them again? Does it allow us to go into reserves for that? So these are all questions we don't have answers to quite yet, or we will have answers for you. We meet on the second, so by the last meeting, we'll know what we're gonna do. We'll have some more direction on the process for next year. I'm open to questions, or if you have anything else. I know you're not the advisor, but since you were there in person for all of it.
Yeah, it was pretty intense, I would say. It was like giving people time and also sort of taking this needs decision. No, if there's, is there any questions about?
I only heard like 20% of what you just said, Eli. Sorry.
Like,
Oh, my bad. I was just saying that it was like a good compromise between like both students and the S&A committee, just because like it gives programs more time to adjust their structures and all that, while also respecting the S&A's decision. I don't know, I was gonna ask you guys if you guys had any questions that I think I would know just as much as you guys, because you guys also watched it, so. Or I guess if you guys have any trustee specific questions, so.
I mean, I watched it, so I saw what they said. Yeah. Okay. No questions for me.
Any other? Next is a CWU.
No updates besides the BLT, which we can already know.
No other updates rather than what was mentioned by the BOT, that we're gonna have 1 year rather than before the court review. And at least moving forward, any students that are wanting to continue to be on S&A, I would recommend emailing me at acw.ebp@cw.edu. So next year's VP can take a look at those and say, hey, these students want to rejoin the committee. And then it'll be up to that VP as well as the Senate to approve those nominees. So if you are interested, please do email, so I can leave that for the next meeting.
Any communications? Seeing that there's no communications received, we'll make the first call for public comment. Is there any public comment? All right, great. Seeing that there is no new business or old business, I'll make the second call for public comment. Is there any public comment?
Have a discussion about cancer.
I don't think so. It was on the agenda.
Like before this meeting.
Like,
Like, were we ever gonna talk to them about why we made our decision?
well, I mean, I would say that, we've spoken with their advice. The meetings have been public, we've done a lot of public comment, Robbie and I and you went to the office to talk to them all about the decision. I think that, I think what's tricky is in some of the communications that I've read, were not reflective of what the committee had actually discussed.
Yes.
And, I think if we want to, we can add that to the agenda for next week, I think, right, Robbie? And if you guys want to, I don't know what the right process is off the top of my head, if it's some type of a, letter, or, but if we want to, or if there's even anything else to add. Because I think that the issue that the committee identified was that you have a student who enrolled in a class and pays tuition, and then the time that they spend in that class is being paid for by S&A funding, which seems not like it's not allowed. And I think that the guidance from the board was not that you have to refund all of these. It's really an opportunity for the committee for the areas perhaps to rethink how they're using that funding and to work to articulate how it is not tied to course credit, so that you all can reconsider those requests, and that would be probably next year. Now, that's not what exactly verbatim what the board said, but that's kind of how I took it, is that it wasn't saying that the decision was wrong, it was giving these areas almost like an opportunity to appeal. And to say, okay, here, I mean, if somebody came back with the same, and that's not just the observer, it's any of them, I think if they came back with the same information, then they might expect the same result.
That however they interpreted the Board of Trustees, or that will clarify their decision for everybody. So we just need to work out the process. What's the process gonna look like next year? Is it just for those areas, or are we gonna open it up to everybody again? So those are things that Aaron and I are working on in hopes that we'll have a decision. So we'll all hopefully come back next year and we'll be able to start this fall quarter off and say, okay, last year's behind us, this is how this year's gonna work. And the process would take place until winter quarter, so winter 26 again, for funding in July of 26. Okay.
I had a super question. I know Veronica was working to make a new S&A policy.
Yeah.
Is that something that the S&A committee will also collaborate on, or is it just?
Yeah.
Cool.
So that's something we're gonna bring to the committee next week. So there was, the policy that's on the webpage is incorrect. Last year's board, and Nick, you can speak to it, voted on some policy changes, which was also some changes in the committee structure. And unfortunately, it went out to the VP, but never to the official policy change maker. And so it wasn't published on our website. So the question is, technically, last year's committee has already approved those changes, but Aaron and I are gonna bring them to you next week. Have you all vote on whether you agree that those changes are still the correct ways S&A should be structured, and maybe, yeah, go ahead.
My other, well, that was bad, that's saying that should be good. In the last week, kind of reviewed all that, this meeting, so we bring that next to these.
I think it's worth looking at, because this is our time. If we're gonna make change, we better change all of it now, or any other changes you will see. So, for instance, if we wanted to change the amount of time public comment is allowed. If we wanted to structure a public comment like Board of Trustees more, that one person can talk on one topic. That would be something we could look at changing now for future committees' policy. So that's our intent, to spend the time with you all next week to kind of go over what those would be, let you look at them, and then bring that, and Aaron and I would actually push the policy and changes through over the summer for implementation involved.
Did we send them home?
Probably ahead of time, so next time. Yeah, we'll do that. Because Monday is a holiday. And,
Yeah, public comment, don't come to the school. meeting.
yeah, no.
Oh, okay, I thought today was Friday, I was like.
I know.
It's just Tuesday.
Come tomorrow.
Come for 3 more days. But yes, we'll get it out to y'all before the weekend, so you have time. Weekend.
Any other public comment?
I have one. I just wanna publicly thank you all again for your time. This has been a very interesting last couple of months, and I think that you all handled yourselves very professionally. There's been, misunderstandings about what the committee had decided, and I think that you all have really taken a very professional approach, and I think that for the better or worse, I hope that you've all gained some skills from this and taken some good with it, and know that I'm just super proud of how well and conducting yourself. You should be proud of yourself.
Thank you. Any other public comment? Okay, I would like to say one thing. I appreciate all the committee members as well. It's so weird holding the microphone. I feel like it just feels like not very.
I gotta say what you're at.
I just wanna say to like, if there's anybody watching this video as well, or reading the meeting minutes, I just wanna say like, I hope that people are inspired to join the S&A committee next year as well. It would be nice to see this whole table build up and different perspectives and voices, because this is really the only way that students have direct influence to the money that they pay. So if there's anybody watching or reading or behind the door or something, please join the S&A committee. It's very important, and it's more important than you would think. So, yeah. All right.
Public comment, but.
Oh, you were?
Yeah. Let's go, Mia.
If you are interested in joining the S&A committee, I highly encourage you to reach out to the ASCWU Executive Vice President via email regarding your interests. That way process can begin in the fall quarter. Thank you.
All right, any other public comment? All right, is there a motion to adjourn today's meeting?
Motion to adjourn today's meeting.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All right, any discussion? All right, all those in favor of adjourning today's meeting, please say aye.
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 Hi.
The ayes have it, the meeting is adjourned at 5:24 p.m.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.